Hey y'all, it's True Crime Queen. Today I'm back with more Reddit story times. I decided to pick 3 stories from Reddit that are all based on New Year's Eve, so let's get into it. Trigger warning, y'all. This one is called My Mom's Boyfriend Tried to Have Relations with Me and I Never Told Her. I'm a 30-year-old woman. My parents divorced in 2017, and my mother immediately got into a new relationship and moved to another country, all within a few days. This new man of hers presents himself as a relaxed, cool character, and at first, we all liked him. She claims that she is happy with him. In fact, she is convinced of it. Although I see she lives in a delusion and everything that she thinks he provides her, she can provide herself, without someone constantly hanging by her neck and with their jealous outbursts and negative views to every possible situation in life. Exactly 4 years ago, in 2020, after 3 years of persuading me to do so, I agreed to move to another country for work and to start living with my mother and her fiancé until I found an apartment. Everything was fine for the first few months until New Year's Eve 2021. All 3 of us traveled to celebrate the new year with family and friends, and the plan was to stay with them for a few days. We were all in a great mood, the food was good, and there was plenty of alcohol. I drank a lot, danced, and got tired, so I went to the room to lie down because I was already dizzy from intoxication. The next thing I remember is someone's hands in my pants. I woke up and opened my eyes, and I saw that it was my mother's drunk fiancé. At that moment, I knew I should have screamed immediately and let everyone know what was happening, but I froze in shock and just pushed him away from me and said that I couldn't do that to my mom. He didn't give up at first. It all lasted a few minutes, him trying to kiss me, touch me, and put his hands down my pants, and pushing him away and telling him to stop and leave me alone. At the same time, I was afraid that if I drew the attention of others, that it would break my mother, and the fear that I have no one in this country and I live with them effed with my drunken mind. I just wanted that nightmare to end and try to forget that it ever happened. I honestly didn't trust my mom, and I was convinced that she would believe him and not me, that she would think that I was lying for some reason. Oh, guys, this is so sad. At that time, I was working at the same job as my mom, and I found out that she was working on my day off when her fiance also had a day off at his job, meaning that I would be alone with him. I panicked and tried to switch days with my mom so that she would be home with him, but that didn't work. That day, just as I thought, he tried to have relations with me again. I managed to reject him, and he was not as persistent as when he was drunk. Unfortunately, I did not trust my mother in that period of my life because she always found justification for him and trusted him with her life. I was honestly convinced that she would think I was lying. That's why I never told her what happened. Soon after that, I found an apartment and moved away from them. Okay, thank God. And since then, I've been avoiding them, which luckily I've been able to do. Almost 4 years have passed since then, and she married him after that. It eats me up that I didn't tell her, but as time passed, I don't know how to approach it at all and how to tell her now. I told my then husband, now ex, about that event, and he had no reaction. What? I also told my ex-best friend by his reaction, it was clear that he didn't trust me or it doesn't matter to him. What? My youngest brother also knows about this and he doesn't care either. Girl, who do you know? All in all, I've always been surrounded by terrible people, yes, and have had no support throughout my life, so I hope I'll get some good advice on how to approach this situation. The only person who has been touched by this is my current boyfriend. Okay, finally somebody. He pushes me in the direction of telling my mom, and it's hard for him to imagine that I didn't tell her right away, but he understands my reasons. I really need advice. I am so glad that you got out of that horrible, horrible situation. I 100% think that you should tell your mom because even though, like you said, she might not believe you, but I mean, if it's eating you up inside, I 100% think that you should tell her. If you do tell her and she ends up staying with him anyways, then in my opinion, I think you should distance yourself and just get yourself, either way, I definitely think that you should get yourself some therapy because you never know. I mean, she might, listen to you and believe you, but either way, I'm glad that you got out of that situation. I mean, I don't know if it's too late to file a police report at this point, but I would still suggest filing a police report. I don't care if it happened 25 years ago. I think you should report it, if that's what you want to do. If not, then either way, I think you should get some therapy. Okay, y'all, so this next story didn't have a title. It was just a comment on what is, I think the name of the post was like, what is some of your worst New Year's Eve stories? And this person commented and said, I went to a New Year's Eve concert where a guy I was seeing and his band were playing. I had planned on surprising him because I originally thought I couldn't make it. Midway through the show, he gets on the mic and says, "I'm dedicating this next song to a special lady." She said she couldn't make it, but I just spotted her in the audience and I couldn't be happier. My heart was pounding out of my chest. Then he says, "Here's to you, Anna." My name's not Anna. Y'all, he pulls another girl on stage and starts serenading her. I honestly thought I was going to die right then and there. As soon as I could escape, I ran out of the venue crying. Oh, I stopped in a liquor store, bought a 6-pack of Coors Light, and drank them on the train ride home. Yeah, obviously he has another girl. Like, just be done with him, block him on everything, just be done. Okay, so this last story is called "My Partner and Her Physio Had a Closure Session After Flirting Through Christmas and New Year. How should I feel about it?" Y'all, just bear with me on this story. My girlfriend and I are both 30. She had some back-related issues and started her first physiotherapy 3 months ago. The session is conducted by the same male physiotherapist, and the routine consists of a series of massages. At the end of the first session, which was in September to October, the physio asked for my partner's Instagram, suggesting it was for checking up on her and reminding her about exercises. What? She did suggest to me at the time that it was odd, but gave it to him anyway. She mentioned she already told him that she had a boyfriend at this point. It eventually escalated into messages like, "Missing you," and "Where's my favorite patient at?" What? I should mention that my girlfriend and I have access to each other's phones. Going into December, my partner said that she was extremely bored and ended up ramping up the flirting game with her physio for a day and a half straight. They exchanged some pictures, non-nude, a lot of compliments and sexual remarks from the physio only. I asked her what it was about, and she was being slightly evasive and shy. So I told her I was going to check myself, and she told me that she had already deleted the conversation. Of course she did. I do accept that I don't compliment and flirt with her enough, and wouldn't mind if she finds it from other sources. What? Then why are you even asking for advice? Okay, let me finish. We have discussed that she will need to see an alternative physio, as our sessions are usually quite intimate and it's no longer appropriate. According to my partner, the flirting is only on Instagram, and in person, he demonstrates an entirely different personality. What? Fast forward to 2024, my partner has confirmed that she has swapped to a new physio in an entirely different practice. After her session, I noticed she was behaving slightly strange and I questioned her about it. The next day, she admitted she went back to the original physio in a different location for another session to set things straight and get the closure she needed. Okay. She also said that they have carried on flirting online, but it's in a more toned down version. Okay, at the end, he says, "My question to you all is, how would you feel or deal with this if you were me?" I would be done because it wouldn't have gotten to this far. Like, okay, the way that this is written is very, very strange. It's like you're upset about it, but then you kind of start to blame yourself because you don't flirt with her enough. But either way, why is she seeking attention from other people? Like, my question is, do you guys have an open relationship? Because I don't know why you're putting up with all this. If you're going with it, then stay with her. But I mean, I think most people listening to this would be out. So yeah, I'd be out. Okay, y'all, that's all that I have for you today. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know how you feel about this video or these Reddit series in the comment section down below. If you guys have any stories that you would like for me to read on my channel, please submit them to TrueCrimeQueenTV@gmail.com. Love y'all for watching. Bye.